What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. We are coming to you live from the Hive again. We have a lot of important updates for you guys. But first off, how is everybody doing? Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from, what you are drinking. More importantly, I am not having a cocktail today. I'm drinking out of my Forbes mug, and it is a yogi tea with a quote. Okay. And I really like today's quote because it says, in life, don't create just an impression, create a trust. And I think that's an excellent motto to go by, especially on this channel. You know, we really take integrity to the utmost and honesty and just like, establishing that trust with you guys. So we want to thank you for your trust in us. And I just thought it's fun to share those little gifts with you guys. So let me know what you're doing, how you feeling. Jeannie, what's up? Looks like you're drinking something fun. Matcha tea again. I still have not tried it, but it's on my list. I'm a little under the weather today, so sorry if my voice is a little bit different. Rob also, but we didn't want to skip the live because guys, like this just lights up my day and it gives me energy. Okay. And there's just so much to keep you informed on. And I don't want you to miss a beat. Also on today's show, we have a very special gem for you at the end, a gem pick banger that we just identified. And we're ready to give it to you at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. And, it's going to be some fun trading lately. Altcoins seem to be bubbling up. So the title of my YouTube on the thumbnail is literally, is this the bull market coming back? Have we truly bottomed? Or is this a bull trap? Right. And the truth is that in trading, it could be both. And anybody who speaks in absolutes should not, because there's nobody who really knows what's going to happen next, but we can look to the chart for clues. Now, what I will say is that a very public figure, Tom Lee, who's the chairman of the Bitmine Ethereum Treasury Company, who's aiming to own 5% of the entire Ethereum supply, just went out on national TV and basically proclaimed that Bitcoin has bottomed and we're now in a super cycle. Granted, he does get paid millions and millions of dollars to promote such said treasury fund, but they're very weighted words and his reputation is on the line, right? And he feels comfortable in saying that. So I think it's interesting, and we're going to examine just exactly where we're at on Bitcoin. Now, yesterday, we did a live inside the Hive group, and we went over all of the possible scenarios with Bitcoin, exact levels to watch, what could be happening. We really dug in and found the edge. It was like a 2-hour live. It was amazing. And today we're going to give you a very summarized version of that. And also, we're going to go over the next altcoin run narrative that we think we have discovered as well. So if you like that, stay tuned, smash a like, hit the subscribe, and share this with everybody you possibly can. And for those of you who are rewatching this, you must sign up to the group. Time is limited. I keep saying it, but you just don't know when our website's going to be up and we're going to become a paid group. So the link is in the description below. You just go to Telegram. It'll send you to the bot, the verification bot. You sign up for BYDFI, no KYC, and then you copy and paste your user ID and you hit verify and you're in the group. That's it, guys. Simple as that. And then you make any deposit and you get a $100 bonus, trading bonus on us, trading tuition, okay? On behalf of BYDFI. So good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Now, I want to play for you exactly what Tom Lee said because it's kind of crazy, okay? First off, he said that Bitcoin and crypto are in the final stages of setting a bottom and prepare for an up April. Everybody like an up April in the audience. Just let me know if you're ready for up April and you think that's imminent. Now, we will dig into the charts, but I'm just going to play this for you because it is pretty epic. And then I'm going to play one other clip because it's sort of setting the tone for what's going to. Let me pull that up for you guys here.
Fundamental story of crypto is quite positive. Davos shows banks are really.
Oh, wait. I don't want to give you guys this one yet. It was this one. That's the next one.
And I think that helps lead us up to an up April.
Have you woken up in the middle of the night and looked at where Ethereum is and said, I can't go back to sleep?
No.
You're not worried yet?
No, because, Ethereum, there's the fundamentals, like what's happening. So much is being built on Ethereum now. I mean, almost every major announcement of a tokenized fund is being built on Ethereum.
Does that translate to supply and demand dynamics that make the price go up, though? Or can you just keep building out all these networks at 1900?
I mean, that would be like someone saying all this activity is happening in the United States, but the economy shouldn't boom, Yeah. So if it's all taking place on Ethereum, then price follows. But we are in a crypto winter, so price doesn't matter. Capital is looking at gold and silver and ways of, hard assets. But that isn't always going to be the case.
I'd read you buying more Ethereum on the dip. How much more?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I realized that the volume is really low. Thank you, Jeannie, for pointing that out. So basically, he's saying we're ready for an up April, and he's asking him, well, how you just keep buying Ethereum, just keep buying Ethereum. Remember, these are everyday people, okay? Like asking these questions and watching the news where he's talking about Ethereum. And he's just saying, look, we're in a crypto winter, but soon the price will follow, will skyrocket, and we'll own 5% of the supply and good night. Like, right? He's just very hyping up this whole thing that he really believes that Bitcoin is bottom or in the bottoming stages. He tries to cover himself, but basically declaring that he believes that Bitcoin is in. Now, this is the one I find interesting. This volume is a little bit higher, so let me play this for you.
Embracing crypto. There's regulatory bills coming. It looks really like it's bottoming because the fundamental story of crypto is quite positive. Davos shows banks are really embracing crypto. There's regulatory bills coming that are favorable to crypto. And in fact, we saw an announcement even today. BlackRock is going into DeFi with Uniswap. I mean, people might say that's a degen move. So.
Whoa, did Tom Lee just call BlackRock a degen? I mean, that's pretty funny, right? Like, times have turned. I can't get the image out of my mind from when Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, went on there and said absolutely none, zero, zilch of his clients were interested in crypto in 2017. We all know that's probably not true, and they were working well behind the scenes, well ahead of time, right? But now he's out there calling them a degen, saying they're getting into bed with Uniswap and DeFi. Guys, the world is changing as we know it. We're on the cutting edge, and we're about to catch the next wave. And this wave is set to be potentially a generational wave as we're getting mass adoption. We're at 6% globally adopted. Mass adoption happens at 16%, right? That's when it starts to begin. So we are very, very close. All of these predictions that Bitcoin could hit 1 million by 2030, and the numbers behind it and the reasoning behind it is astounding. So it is the fastest growing technology adoption curve in history, and we are here to witness it and ride that wave. So that's going to be a lot of fun, guys, on this channel. Jeannie, I love your comment. Become a real one. Yes, become one of the real ones that tunes in when it matters the most, which is right now in the bear market. And now the question we're going to address is, are we potentially bottomed and heading back into bull run? Or is this just a dead cat bounce sort of thing? And we're going to just have a lower high and then have our last leg down, potentially. So we're going to look at those scenarios. We actually examined this at length in the group yesterday. But one of the reasons I'm hesitant, again, feelings don't matter, but The conflict in Iran has not settled down much yet. I mean, they just deployed 5,000 troops to the Middle East, is what I read. And there's still a lot of tension. They actually just told citizens in Dubai that they should leave while commercial flights are still exiting. And Token 2049, which is the biggest crypto event of the year, hands down, thousands and thousands and thousands of people from around the world just got canceled, right? Not pushed off, canceled until next year. That's a very big deal. So for me, I don't know if this conflict is completely over. Bitcoin seems to be doing okay amid the conflict. And actually, Rob and I were discussing this yesterday. It actually is built for this kind of situation where capital gets stuck, sanctions are in place, and even citizens of a country like Iran, where their literal fiat goes to zero. They have a safe haven, and it is what Bitcoin was made for and meant for. And now we're coming to that time where this is the ultimate test, right? And will this be the time where it's the perfect storm and that sticks? And that's what happens, right? So we're very, very close. I'm very, very excited indeed. That was pretty much the most important news. And Congress is moving to block CBDCs forever. They did. I have one last update for you guys here. It says the U.S. Senate Banking Committee's 21st Century Road to Housing Act includes a provision prohibiting the Federal Reserve from issuing a retail CBDC with the restriction set to expire in 2030. Okay, well, at least something is something. It is highly, highly censorship. It's like I've heard that Japan or China has been experimenting with pilots of this kind of thing the whole time, right? So they can limit your spending in certain sectors, like your carbon footprint's too high. So you're going to have to, stop spending. They can literally freeze your money, do whatever they want with it. It's like the old dying rails with better technology, right? Okay, let's just take the old dying system and put it on technology that's next to none, right? And then that's the ultimate control. We don't want that. We want freedom. Okay. So anyway, on that note, we're going to get into the charts, show you guys those gem pick bangers, and talk about the coins that we think are set to run hard if we get that next leg up right now. So, Rob, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Oh, good. We've got our spirit animal on for our Crypto and Cocktails Friday. Purdy. She's so pretty indeed.
Say hi, everybody. She's just sitting here watching us. She was watching the news with me. She wanted to see all the news, what was going on with Bitcoin. She's like, what's Bitcoin doing? What's the news? How are we doing today?
She is our spirit animal. She's our good luck charm and our good vibes. Guys, also, don't forget to tell me what you're drinking. I'm drinking tea. Rob, did you have a chance to grab a cocktail before you jumped on today? Or will you be moonshining it up later?
Actually, I'm still getting over being sick a little bit, so I'm actually just drinking water and stuff like that, and just trying to kill that sickness before I start having any alcoholic beverages. Even though
I think that's a smart.
Yeah. My guys sit there and say beer fixes everything, so just drink a beer and you'll feel better. But I don't know if that logic's out there yet, but he's still kicking, so.
I feel like that's how you cleared up things in the olden days. You just had a really strong drink and it was all good, right? Killed everything inside.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
Alabama one time, right? And I was doing underwater salvage there, and we had a welder on board there. And I mean, his name was, everybody called him Papa. He looked like he was 100, 200 years old or so. And this is a real long time ago, right? And he comes out with a bottle of whiskey on the job site, and the foreman looks at him. He's like, "You can't be drinking whiskey." He looks at him. He's like, "I'm not drinking whiskey. I got a hurting tooth." He takes it. He puts the whiskey in something. He's like, "I just put it on my tooth. It makes the pain go away." I'm just like, "What?" So it was his numbing medicine that he put on his tooth to make his pain go away. I'm like, doesn't liquor like have some sugar in it? Is that like bad for it? I'm like, yeah, okay.
The olden days, man. The olden days. The good old simple olden days. Coffee. Okay, Megan says coffee with a splash of Caribbean rum liqueur. Ooh. That sounds good. Spiked coffee. Ooh. Yeah, maybe that'll be good for us, Rob. We'll put some honey in it and some lemon juice. And we'll just, both Rob and I are sick at the same time, but it's all good because we're still coming to you because we're dedicated to getting this news and this information out to you. Okay, so cheers to that. And Rob, what do you say? So the title is Bitcoin Bull Market Back On or Bull Trap? Now, we went over this in the group yesterday. What's your simple analysis or just simple thoughts that come right to your head when I say that?
Confirmation. Look for confirmations. Like I'm ready for both. Like I'm ready for the bull market. Like we go bullish and bottoms in, and you know what? Game on. I'll start stacking up some tokens. We'll start getting some entries and we'll start building some positions. But if we start getting some rejections and it's not, then you know what? Same old thing. We'll start shorting again. So we've been shorting for a very long time, and we did do some longs in the past couple of days as well too, where some of the members nailed it in group, which we can kind of go over as well too. Like, it's been a very, very choppy, hard trading season. Actually, just as you were talking as well too, I actually discovered something as well, just like why you were talking or why we were looking at the news was we are in the blood zone, I think I called it. And this is like a zone that we're in right now to where it just gets really bloody for traders, to where it's just really choppy and very, very mixed signal. So it's very, very important to be just waiting for confirmations, not jumping too quickly, making sure you're managing risk correctly. I think is very important right now. So risk management is just key because there is a potential chance that we could be bottom end and we start going up to the upside. Like I went over that extensively in group that certain signals that we were looking for, we're still looking for them to confirm, but we're getting pretty close to it. We haven't confirmed them just yet. But also, too, we also got to watch out for we have the FOMC meeting next week, which always shakes markets up. Are we going to run up till the FOMC meetings time area and then to sell off right afterwards or something like that? Because typically, if we like my idea, usually for FOMC is if we run up when we're going to the FOMC, you know what? We typically sell off afterwards. If we're selling off before the FOMC meeting, we're probably going to run up afterwards. So,
yeah, and those like little nuggets of wisdom that we get throughout the past iterations here, they're also very helpful in finding that confluence, which is another word that is we like on this channel. Now, I know everybody's going to be wanting to know, okay, you're talking about confirmation. So what are those levels of confirmation? Also, yesterday, we discussed a timeline for a certain pattern being 75% full. Where could that possibly land? We're going to give you guys some of those details. And that way, hopefully you understand the urgency of being ready for either scenario. And you know what? The beauty of becoming a trader or learning how to trade, apart from just having a long-term portfolio, is that you make money no matter what happens. That is something that you can't do as just a long-term dollar cost average investor. Now, I have both, right? I have a long-term portfolio that I dollar cost into, but I do a much better job now that I use the mechanical rules because I get better entries, you guys. And that's what this is about. So it's time to take this to the next level and, you know, not have to endlessly wait for like a bullish trade or a bullish scenario. No, you can make money in any time frame in any direction. Okay. That is what we're teaching here. So, yeah, it's just very powerful. So I think on that note, Rob, let's go ahead and bring up your charts.
all right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just go over some things that we went over in the group today. Oh, what just happened here? Everything went gray on my screen. Why is it doing that?
Little glitch there. It doesn't want to show you our Telegram group. Maybe because it's on a private setting.
Oh yeah, so it's not showing.
Yeah.
So our Telegram is now completely private, so nobody can share anything or anything like that in our Telegram group. So I can't bring things up very big on screen anymore, potentially because of that. Maybe I can do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to make a different plan for next time on that one. We'll sit there on the side for that type of stuff. But anyway,
yeah, it was better in full screen though. If you can make it full screen, that was good.
Okay, so I'm going to read here right to the right here. Whoa, what are you doing now here? So right here to the right-hand side, it says, so what a definition of a bull market is. And I want to give you guys facts, not what my opinion is, not what I think. And you can just go in and Google this yourself as well, too. What is the definition of a bull market? A bull market is a period where financial securities like stocks consistently rise, typically defined as a 20% or more increase from the recent lows, driven by high investor confidence, economic growth, higher unemployment stuff for a stock market, and also higher highs and higher lows. So that's also another part of it. So it has to be sustained. So where are we in the market right now is going to be the question. And we're going to go ahead. I guess I'll go ahead and find another chart on this one right here. We'll go on to Bitcoin. I thought that one set up, but I didn't. So where are we at right now in the market? How high are we up in the lows? This is a weekly chart. I need to go down to 1 day real quick. So we are on the 1 day chart. And we are potentially up. Earlier when I said this, we were up 20% from our lows, which our lows starts right here. And you go all the way up. We are right at 18% as of right now. We got up to 23% today. So there we were up pretty well. And another key level that we're looking at right now at this moment is the 1 day SMA 50, which is this orange line that we just put on here. So we have the 1 day SMA 50 right here that we technically this is a bearish retest. So as soon as you get up to it, don't expect it to break right a single day and then just keep on continue up. Typically, it takes a few times to dance around on it and for it to break. but we came up and tested this, and this is something that didn't happen on our. So we had one bear flag up here. We have a potential bear flag as of right now, or a potential. I'm going to give a bullish pattern with this as well too, because if we break the SMA 50, I may have to flip over to a bullish pattern that I also see in this as well too. We'll go over that. So we need to break that level right there, and we hold it and sustain over it. And I'll sit there and say, if we hold over it and we stay over it after next week's FOMC meeting, I'm gonna have to sit there and turn into full bullish, Rob, until we lose something significantly. I think that will flip me if we hold after the FOMC meeting. We hold above the SMA 50. The SMA 50 is at 72,127. Now we haven't got to close above it just yet. We just moved on it today, but like I said, when you start getting that moving on it, is it every time you go up against it and hit it, you're making that weaker for a potential break, right? And then you're gonna sit there and come down. You want to confirm it and confirm it as support before we take off, basically. Now you look at this chart right here when you're looking at it. So if we hold above the SMA 50 as well too, that means we'll be 20% up. And if we stay above it, that means that if we stay above it, we'll be starting to put in higher lows, which you see low right here, higher low, all three higher lows right there. And this was you could sit there and put this resistance right here. This was a bullish change of character actually in the 1-day time frame, came back down, bullish change of character OB that we kind of tested up, and now we're trying to we need to break that high right here to make a bullish break of structure. So a higher high as of right now, followed by higher lows. So this should be a bullish charge plus. Let's see if it calls it out as that. So this technically should be like a bullish change of character plus, which means you have a higher low with the bullish change of character, which was right here. So we are starting to get potential bullish 1-day price action, but we still need to break this level here, hold it in order for us to sit there and say, hey, we are back in a bull market, technically speaking. So that's something that we're kind of be looking for and monitoring as well right now. Now, if we do that, we can sit there and kind of look at this right here. What kind of pattern are we kind of starting to print a little bit here? So you go like in this time frame, you can kind of say like this is like our neckline zone. So it's not a perfect pattern, but you could start like making some sort of, let me go ahead and just delete these because they're kind of annoying me. Some sort of ascending triangle type thing, or you can sit there and say, let me get my drawing potential. We got some sort of Adam and Eve double bottoming pattern as well too. It's a little bit choppy and messy, but I don't think it's forced too much here. But with the other price action, you can sit there and say it kind of lines up that, and that would be a reversal pattern. If it does kind of come up here and start breaking and start holding it, we might start seeing higher highs and keep on continuing up. Now we keep on getting rejected from here. We start losing levels on here. Then we're just gonna go back right into our bearish scenario and just continue on with focusing on shorts again. Just kind of where we're at right now.
Right. So just to summarize for all those who are just tuning in at this moment, we're going over critical levels for Bitcoin and what would it take for us to say, hey, like we're flipping bullish, at least for a period of time. Maybe that October that Tom Lee speaks about, up April, I'm so used to October, up April that Tom Lee speaks about could be true. Now, we were looking initially at a bearish pendant pattern, but it seems that it's evolved over the time to become like a little bit more of a bullish pattern, right? So like, we just have to keep up with what's actually happening, be able to pivot. Now, before we go over that, what I will say is the key level Rob is looking at is the 50-week SMA, right? And whether or not we can break above that, that's one of the key confirmation levels to say, hey, we might be breaking bullish. That's currently at just above 72,000, 72,125. And if we start to break and hold that, then maybe we're off to the races, right? For a while. If not, maybe we'll look for that other leg down. So those are the critical levels. And you on this channel now have the edge. You don't have to listen to echo chamber. You don't have to listen to opinions and feelings. These are the facts, right? So this always helps. Okay, so now we'll go over what could be the bearish pendant pattern, right?
Yeah, so it was a bearish pendant, and the bearish pendant broke up. And so the bearish pendant was actually, so there would be this trend line right here. Oh, it's not drawing. There it is. So this line right here was the bearish pendant, and this is the one that broke up, and it came up to this right here. So now we can make a trend line here. Came back down, actually retested, and came back up again. I think a lot of people were expecting us to lose this, so I actually saw on X, I was a little poke around X, seeing some other ideas out there, making sure I wasn't being too biased one way or anything like that. That's the one thing that can kill you in the market is becoming biased. You never want to be biased. I'm bullish and bearish at the same time all the time. I don't care what happens. I just try trading the trend that we're in and making money. My idea is always making money in the middle some way, somehow. So a lot of people I think were expecting this to be just some kind of bull trap right here and kind of come back down. So what they were looking for was something like this, come up, bull trap, come down, bearishly retest, and then continue down. But what happened is we bullishly retested and came back up again. Now, some people might be sitting there calling this a double top potentially here, or this is just a bigger bear flag that we're building here, which, you know what, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But we got to sit there and say, buyer, what I'm seeing now is a lot of people are still bearish in the market as well too. There's also still a lot of bulls in the market as well. But every time we come in, not right now, buddy.
You got me something.
All right, my son's home. All right, so what's happening right now is people are coming in and buying every single time higher and higher. So we do have the change of character. We do have this right here, but the simple thing is right now we're kind of in the middle of the pattern, so you kind of want to be careful. And this is where, all right, we can sit there and turn it on. We lose this trend line here. All right, we're probably gonna be flipping back bearish. We're making another leg down like we were expecting before. All right, cool. Then we'll get back into shorts and we'll be ready for our potential long entries on stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And that is what is called being ready for any scenario. And I love the way that Rob is able to just like read the situation based on the candles at hand and the charting patterns, right? Like it's not a confirmation bias one way or the other. It's just that these are the key levels. If we start to break and hold these levels, we're bullish. If we start to lose these levels, we're bearish, right? We don't need to make predictions. We can just wait for the price to react to those levels. So this is potentially like this move is playing out could be playing out pretty quickly, right? Within the next week or two.
Yeah, so we'll measure that in a second here. So one thing we could put an alert on now is right now we broke the 1-day SMA9. We've been retesting and holding it as support. We keep holding a support. There's a higher probability we're going to be going up and breaking that SMA 50. So we're going to be paying attention to that one there. So let's just go ahead and let's go with the bearish scenario. Let's say we are in let's call this the bear flag right here, and let's sit there and see if there is a way to measure the time on it. I'm not sure on this one pattern yet. Is there an end time on it, or is it just more of a channel? All right, so it looks like more of a channel as of to me right now. So that makes it harder if it's a channel. So I'm trying to measure if I want to use the wicks or the candle closes is what I'm doing. So if I use this candle close or this wick, let's go ahead and delete those circles there real quick. So there's a wick here. There's a wick there. Like you said, you got to be precise on this as well too. You can't just cherry pick. If you start cherry picking, then you're just making things look the way that you want them to look. I'm trying not to cherry pick anything. So there's 2 wicks right there, and I don't want to go down to this wick because then I'm going through that wick. So we're gonna go like right to there. So that there kind of gives us a point, and that see how time-wise that is. That's a pretty long bear flag, pretty extensively long. Let's see. So time-wise to the end, we're going to say about 99 days, and we are. These are just rough estimates. We are 35 days in, so we have more. We're not even halfway through this bear flag if this pattern is true. So that is kind of one way to look at it as of right now. So this pattern isn't even halfway full here. Halfway full is actually probably about towards April-ish, which we are expecting to have our lows in by April and May if we do another leg down due to the 3-day death cross and some other indicators that we went over as well too. So it's just a very different scenario. Like we're kind of in a different scenario because like a lot of people are basing this pattern off of last bear market cycle, which I was as well too. We went over that as well too, which was this area right here. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that area. And this is what people were kind of basing, like we're in this spot right here. Exactly. Well, there's one thing happening right now that in this spot that didn't happen last time. So we had our first bear flag right here. This was our second bear flag. The one thing that's different is this orange line, the SMA 50 daily. We never even came up and kissed it. They never even touched it. We just went above it today. So that's showing, that's telling you something could be kind of different here. Now, is it a bearish retest? Typically, you want bearish retest when you're kind of at the top and not right here. Right now, like, you can kind of see how it just kind of went straight down and didn't do anything. So in this scenario, we never even kissed the SMA 50. Where right now, we go over here, we are actually in this scenario, we went above it. So this one is a little bit different. It is sitting there saying something. Now, does it turn into some type of bear market rally and we go up to this area to these bearishly retest here? I don't know. We have to sit there and kind of wait to see what we get confirmations on.
Right. And remember, bear market rallies can be violent because the idea is that people flip bullish, right? And then potentially get caught in that sort of like move to the upside, and then we have the next leg down. So that's always a possibility that you have to be on the lookout for, the next lower high, unless we get new confirmed higher high, right? Or unless we hold critical levels. So we'll be on the lookout for that. But like, yeah, if whether you're expecting a bullish or bearish outcome right now, those are the confirmation levels to watch, period. So we're going to be watching those and updating you in real time in the group. Now, I see a lot of you are tuning in on X. If you want to join the group, the link is in my description in my bio. So go ahead and go check that out, and it'll send you to our Telegram verification bot, right? You guys got to get in, you got to get this knowledge and stay up to date.
Yeah, definitely get in the group. Because like whenever things start moving, I get a lot more picky, and I do a lot more updates. When it's kind of slow, it's like I kind of do updates as we need to. You know what I mean? So like yesterday we did a video that was an hour or so long about updates, about upside potential on things, and we whatchamacallit, we kind of
We found
basically
the next narrative.
yeah, we found the next narrative. We potentially found the next narrative. We nailed the kind of the move up as it was happening. So it was just a very good time. Now, this is something else I want to mention as well too. So I believe that every time we have a bull market and we create a new bear market, we never usually go underneath the bull market, the previous bull market lows. And last time we were in this zone that we were here, and this has kind of just dawned on me as we were just talking here, that this zone, I remember trading this zone last year. I think it was last year. This time, April of 2024. So this area, I remember trading this area. And I remember I hated trading this zone right here. I ended up calling this the bloodbath zone because no matter what you were doing as a trader, longing or shorting, whatever, it just seemed like no matter what, the market just beat you up. And I just realized that was basically on these two peaks right here, is that blood zone right here, was basically just tearing traders up that were over trading. It was just a very challenging time of trading. I actually got a lot better at trading at that point as well too. Came up with some new strategies, that type of stuff. But I just kind of realized that we're in that same zone. So if you have been finding it harder to trade, we are trading in the blood zone. We are back to it. I can't wait till if we get stay above this zone, we start going up, fantastic. It should be a lot easier trading. And then if we break down underneath this zone, fantastic. It's going to be a lot easier trading. So this zone has proven, this is the second time we traded in this zone, and it's proven it's proven to be very hard, very challenging trading zone to be in.
Wow, I like that parallel you drew. And that, like, so if you've been having a hard time, even if you're in the group or you're not in the group, just know that these are very difficult conditions to trade in. So you are learning in the absolute most difficult conditions. So if you can perfect your skills during this time and hone in on your skills, you're going to be like set for, when things get easier, to the upside or the downside. So I really like that.
Yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind right now. Yeah, so if you're just frustrated with the markets, you have a right to be frustrated right now, because this is, like I said, this is the bloodbath zone. This is where traders get beat up.
Right. Yeah. So don't be too hard on yourself. And, it's always an option to sit out and just back test and watch for a little bit if you are having trouble, and get back in. But we do help you and mentor you in the group. Rob is an excellent mentor, and, people have still been crushing it during these times. I mean, I'm really proud of the Hive. All you guys who are tuning in, the real ones, and everybody who is, an active member, guys, like, congrats to you. Congrats. And Watchman, you just dropped in on a double barrel surfer emoji. I love it. Welcome to the show. Yeah, and these are some of our results here.
Yeah, these are some of our setups over here. Like we had TAO, went really well. We had multiple entries on it. We traded leverage, and I also got on a spot as well too. We had some other people calling out some bangers as well too in the group as well. So we had quite a few longs in here. So just because the market kind of flipped bullish, some of them hit full TP, some of them just hit some of them. So I think we did a pretty good job, in my opinion, of just kind of winning into certain trades. Like and whoop, almost put a GIF in the group. So like there's just some that did very, very well. Like we closed TAO today. We did a 30% run. So we're looking for a pullback on that one here. So if it does pull back and come back down to support, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for that. We also did call the pullback on Bitcoin as well too today. So if you're in group, we mentioned basically, if you look at it, which chart was it? There's come up with some ideas here. It was a very recent one. So yeah, it was this chart right here, where basically the 1 hour, The 1 hour chart had a bearish 9 on it. We're looking for a pullback. Basically, we're overextended. What this chart was telling us is we're overextended on Bitcoin right now. Expect a pullback, and we start looking for some retests or fair value gap fills, stuff like that. So that's kind of what we're experiencing right now. We're experiencing that pullback. I wasn't at the computer to set up shorts for that pullback, but that doesn't matter. We nailed it on longs on this right here, and it's not like right now it's kind of more bullish right now. It seems like to me. So front running shorts right now, I think could be a bad idea because it might just get you wrecked until we get some little bit more confirmations that we should flip back short. And whenever I called out that Bitcoin right there, let's go ahead and go into the results group. We had somebody over here that they closed. We had a VVV call out in group as well too. He said first leverage trade first leveraged crypto trade in a long time. Scaled out along the way. I always do. Final TP, I believe, was 230%. Figured it's time to start getting used to this exchange on trading. Closed when BTC looked weak was basically whenever I called out that BTC was overextended there. That's whenever he fully closed it and took all of his profits on one of our calls of VVV. So very, very awesome trades. And a lot of people just nailing some longs just based on the bullish market conditions. Some other people got some VVV trades here, compound, WLD, which is one. So WLD was actually one I had in group there. I had put in the discussion group as well too, because I actually got stopped out on a loss on WLD, and then I got back in and we made some gains on it. And somebody else followed. When I said I got back in, somebody else followed it and they got back in and they took profits as well too, and they made some money as well too. They closed in profits as well too. So also I share my losses as well too sometimes when I get them, because that's all part of the game. And I want everybody to know that, hey, you don't have to have 100% win rate to be successful in this, because nobody has a 100% win rate.
Absolutely not. And far from it. Actually, the stats are astounding on winning trades versus losing trades. But just as long as you have, like the stats are in your favor if you have the edge and you stick to your mechanical rules.
Yep.
Right. And the rules that Rob
and all that type of stuff. Yep.
Yeah. So it's been a really great ride so far, guys, and we are just getting started. In fact, we talked to the group at length yesterday about all of the AI tools we are developing. We're going to make this easier than ever, and indicators and bots, and it's going to be a really, really cool experience. So everybody who's already in the group or gets in the group before we transition to a paid group, you're going to get a lot of perks for being early supporters. So yeah, we truly appreciate all you guys.
Yep. So yeah, definitely get in the group. We do, like I said, we do online or we do live updates whenever need to be. And just a lot of all kinds of stuff here. This one here, this was yesterday's. I think it was a good hour or so. So just a lot of good stuff that we went over. Market conditions right now, we're going to kind of look at. Let's go jump back in the charts now. So something else that we're watching here, we'll go into our indicator charts. Let's go into USDT. This is something else that we're watching that we mentioned yesterday in group that kind of helped us call the pullback as well. Let me go ahead and get back this on right here. Why is that not flipping? There we go. So we were measuring. So we were measuring time on this. So basically, what we said was we had a bearish pendant here. We were measuring time that this was 3 days and 20 hours long, and we were already in it for 2 days and 4 hours. And we were saying this was basically more than halfway full, ready for a breakdown or a break up. And what happened at that time, right after like legitly, I was cooking my kids. Dinner, and the alert goes off on my phone. So I sat there and did a phone message like, hey, this is moving. So they're here and broke down. Now we're coming back up and bearishly retesting it. So this is actually a good signal. We came up and bearishly retested this right here. So it looks like we might be getting that next move higher on Bitcoin as of right now if we keep the bearish rejection. I just actually had an alert go off on my phone real quick. I got to check a chart real quick.
Yeah, sometimes the alerts go off on Rob's phone and we suddenly get a live trade, guys. So we do like to check.
I got to make money, so
yeah. And FET is part of the AI narrative that we talked about.
Right, FET has hit buy zone. So this is something that's already set up in group as well too. This is our entry zone down in here. What we're doing. So basically, what happens? We hit this buy zone. So that's probably what set off one of my alerts. Also, too, you kind of see this now. We are printing a bull flag here. So we could potentially start scaling in. This is more than 75% full. So let's see if there's any bullish divergence. This is a 15-minute chart. We don't have bullish divergence just yet. This RSI went completely low. So we were very oversold here. So if we do make one more low in this, so I'm not going to sit there and buy it just yet because we're at the trend line here. That's why my alerts went off. So if we have one more pull down in here, maybe wick down underneath it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I don't even care if we break down from this pattern right here because I believe we have an AI narrative. What I'm trying to say here. So if this might be a bullish wolf wave, not a flagged. If it breaks down from there, let's go ahead and get my counter on here. Let's see here.
This is exciting, guys. All you tuning in are getting this live in real time. Usually only the group gets it, but it's because when the alerts go off, they go off.
5. So that can this idea can kind of happen as well too. I have green lines here for a reason. It's probably a fair, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's probably a fair value gap or a bullish or order block or something like that we're going in here. So right there, this pattern right here, whenever you sit there and stay in this flag right here, and you kind of come down here, and if you go underneath the flag and you fill up like a bullish order block or fair value gap down here, what that turns into is a bullish wolf wave. You connect these two right here, and this would be your take profit on a leverage if you're going to like leverage trade it. So you would sit there and look for entry in here, or you have to wait for it to come back into the pattern, then you take entry. So I'll just go ahead, watch this, just so you guys can kind of see it here. We'll go into Google, just so you guys know I'm not making this stuff up. Bullish wolf wave pattern.
Powerful stuff, guys.
So as you can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect it. Let's see if there's any better looking ones right here. Oh, I like this one here. Yeah, so boom, boom. See how it goes underneath, comes up. You connect 1 and 4. That's what we're basically looking at right now. That's just I have so many patterns and so many different things memorized in my head from doing this for so long to where I just see them and I don't have to do that. But
Rob's an encyclopedia.
yeah. So basically, if we get rejected from here, I'll be looking for this to hold and get some bullish divergence. And if it starts kind of pivoting up here, we'll look for the break of like the 15-minute SMA 9 right here. Then we'll get entry to front run the breakout. Now, if we lose the SMA 9, 15-minute 9, that's whenever we know that's coming down here. Now, it's not getting very much volume right now. So that's why I'm not sitting there jumping in it right now. Like the volume, I like the volume actually. It's just the fact that we're not getting volume pops right now. So a bear flag is a downtrend, correct? So but it's a downtrend within a with a flagpole, which means it's actually a bullish pattern. But the thing is, it's a downtrend, so you don't want whenever you're in a downtrend pattern, you don't want to sit there and trade. You don't want to buy the high in a downtrend because there's a higher probability you're gonna make a lower low and potentially get a better entry, or you make a double bottom potentially as well too, to where we can double bottom right here. We come back down here, double bottom, and then go up. Then you have a double bottom pattern within this. That's a reversal. But one thing I like on the volume here. Let's just go ahead and draw it so you guys can see it. Why don't I see it? The one I'm looking for. There it is. So right here, so you have your high right here. You can see that's the clear downtrend. Your high starts with basically the volume over here, and this volume is falling. You can see how the volume is falling and going down. No matter what way, I could just draw this trend line on here, so I could put it right here, and you can see how that's falling volume. So typically, when you have falling price, falling volume, you have sellers getting exhausted and buyers are going to be getting ready to step in and push this price up higher. So as we're falling, the sellers are getting smaller, and that's a very bullish thing here. So that is going to be a potential low time reversal idea here. So that's going to be looking for as well too. So right now we're not getting the volume pop right now for a breakout. So that means we wait. It's not we're not confirming any breakouts because there's no volume pops. So we want to see a volume. Let's see if we see. So we'll use this for a example over in here. It looks like, yep. So let's just go ahead into replay mode. And whenever I go over setup, this is kind of how I do it in group as well too. So you guys are kind of getting live on some things that we sometimes do in group as well too, whenever it's right. So right here, you kind of have a bear flag that's starting right here. We already know that's kind of a bear flag that started right here. Let's go ahead and let it play for a little bit. But you kind of see how that volume popped right here? Yeah. So right in here, you had falling volume as well too. So this one's a little bit harder to see, but it was still, you had higher volume right here. Volume was getting lower. Then as soon as it kind of like you put a trend line here, 2 touch points, one there, kind of broke it right there. You had that volume pop. It did come back down and retest. It kind of like faked you out a little bit, but right there you can kind of start seeing the volume starting to pop right here, telling you, hey, buyers are stepping in right in this zone. So right there is kind of what we're kind of looking for as of right now is volume pops to confirm the move. So that's what we're looking for on this pattern as of right now.
Awesome. So we're getting this live on the channel and all the explanations. That's what I love the most is like you really understand the mechanics of the trade, where you're going to get in and why. And this can serve you for so many other trades, guys. So we try to give a lot of gems for free on the YouTube too. So this is really interesting stuff. We will be keeping this chart updated in real time in the group. So you got to get in there to see the evolution, but potentially a trade you can take really, really soon.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, my green lines were marked on a bullish fair value gap. So this is a bullish fair value gap in the 4-hour time frame that we're looking to get filled. But right now, the SMA 9 is coming through the fair value gap. So it means it might not get all the way filled. But if we close underneath the SMA 9, there's a potential chance of getting all the way filled. So we'll have to sit there and just play it as it goes by here. But right now, it's looking pretty bullish to me, FET. So
I like it.
On that token here. Let's hope we get that one last pullback here so we can get a great entry and front run the breakout and potentially get a very good. I mean, at least you'll sit there and say it for a leverage trade. If you're doing a high, if you're doing like a high leverage, like 20x or something like that, you're gonna have at least 10% move and get 200x gains, even 10x leverage, 100 percent gains on this type of.
There you go. There you go, guys. Like, I mean, what a trade we just gave you here on the show. Good job, Rob. Like, these are the fun things about alerts is that you get them live, and if you happen to get them live, then we get to show you. So, great stuff. And we knew, or we had an inkling that we should be paying attention to AI coins because we were looking at certain AI coins that had popped off in the group yesterday and found a common narrative that a lot of them were popping off. So a lot of times tokens like to run in narratives, right? One gets it started, and then the rest follow. So that's what we were seeing yesterday.
Yeah, I think the one that started all was TAO, which we called out in group. I think we went over that already. We got basically the higher low on it, and it ran up. You got 30% spot gains on TAO, and it just seemed like everything else is kind of falling along with it as well too. So very, very bullish, very exciting, and it's like finally we're getting some narratives to play as well too, because that makes it even easier if narratives start to play out. It just makes it easier to trade. It makes it easier what to look for, where to look for, instead of just random stuff going off. Because there has been some good random pops as well too. Like if you look at Turbo right now, this is one that I'm paying attention to right now. Turbo had made like a very nice pattern here, bullish divergence. This is an AI this was an AI meme coin. So we had this right here, and we have some other ones that in group as well too that we're gonna be setting up there for jump pick bangers as well too. That looked like the same thing. Strong 1-day bullish divergence. 1-day bullish divergence, come over, fills the October wick, and we're looking for other tokens that look just like this. They're getting 50% moves, 100% moves. You look at into TA tokens. WGRD. Pixel has kind of the same type of thing. Add the bullish divergence 1 day here, fill the October wick here, and then boom, bang, we had a 228% move on it. So we are looking for tokens that have the same kind of setup in there. We have jump pick bangers that we have some picked out in group as well too. Kind of sitting there saying, hey, set your alerts on here, keep your eye on this right here. And it looks exactly just like this token, and it could run just like it. So very, very exciting times here. So we're being patient. We're waiting to see what happens here. Of course, Bitcoin just went up to resistance, getting rejected right now. That doesn't mean we don't hold support. So we're going to be sitting there looking for those confluences.
Right. Absolutely. So yeah, basically we already got into a little bit what we wanted to tell you guys at the end of the show now. Did you want to show them any other altcoins before we conclude, Rob?
I mean, as of right now, I mean, I want to have our head on a swivel here. Let's just we'll go over this coin right here. So this is already posted in group. So we already sold. We sold up in here. We nailed this. I think it was a 6-hour bearish order block zone. Yeah, so yeah, we sold right here in a 6-hour bearish order block right here. We closed trade. So TAO is very bullish here. We're going to be looking to take a new trade here. So we have this trend line right up to here. We're looking for it to kind of pull back a little bit. Maybe it'll come down here, bounce back up, make some kind of lower high or double top type of scenario, and come back down. We get back to this trend line, mixed in with this bullish order block. So we're looking for that scenario to kind of play out in order to get a new trade on it. And we're looking to get back in on this trade on a very strong long here. And I want to see if it stays set. So we made a new indicator here. Did it say set? Yeah. So we're going to be looking to scale in this area right here, at least 30% profits. If we get in the scale, if we get down this area and we get the whole scale in, which I put all my scale in, it's not showing on my chart right now. It's all over here. I got to redesign that. It's a new indicator that we are going to be having in group as well too. That will tell you where you can scale in. You see like my bottom here, it tells you your take profit, your distance to break even, all that type of stuff, how much money you'll make on a trade depending on how much you're on there. So that's something that we'll be having in group as well too. Like I said, we're making some AI tools and stuff for helping with risk management. But if we do get in there, our first take profit would be a 30% gain, which would be back up to these highs here, which is right around this area here. Then we're looking to get up even a little bit higher here. If we stay bullish like we are, depending on what Bitcoin's doing, and getting some of the higher time frame order blocks filled up as well too, like these up in here. So we're just gonna sit there and see if we keep making higher lows and higher highs and see how we continue.
Oh, yeah. And on that note, guys, we've had a wonderful Coffee and Cryptos Friday edition, updating you on all things Bitcoin. What's happening? Are we in a bull market? Are we coming to a bull trap? You now know. You've got the alpha, you got the blueprint for all scenarios. And on that note, I just want to tease you guys with one last thing that granted Bitcoin behaves, right, and holds support and all of that and doesn't just roll over. We have a gem pick banger that we will be posting in the group right now that could potentially run 200% in the next 24 hours. Okay. If all things line up, that's it. So we're going to be giving that to you in the group right now. And if you want to get it, you got to join. So if you're watching on X, the link is in my bio. It's very simple. It'll take you literally less than 5 minutes to join through our verification bot. And if you're on YouTube, the link's in the description. And if you have any troubles, this is my Telegram. Okay. I'll never ask you. I'm posting it in the chat right now. Guys, for those of you on X, just DM me or, write a comment on X and I'll help you out. And yeah, it's just super simple. And if you want this setup, you have got to get in the group, period, because you can make a lot of money potentially in the next 24 hours. It's going to be fun. And if, we'll keep you updated on all scenarios and whether or not that's going to play out, but that's the gem we're going to leave you with today. And everybody in the group, you can look forward to that right now. So Pineapple, what about Theta and T-Fuel? I love when my Theta people come back on the show. In fact, we've talked many, many times about buying Theta at certain levels. It is on my altcoin accumulation list that we're going to release in the group here during bear market lows. So yeah, we love it when the Theta people stop by. We love you. And we've looked at this chart quite a few times. We'll have a quick look at it now just because you did us a favor of gracing us with your presence today. So welcome to the show. And then we will get to members, charts, and requests inside the group.
Yeah, take a look at it. So yeah, it just looks like we're sitting down on support, still consolidating. This is 1 week Binance. Why is it showing such a small chart? For some reason, data on my computer is not keeping up with the internet speed here. So we are sitting basically down on this 1 week support right here. So very, very strong support. It seems to be holding so far. So that is good. I can draw a trend line. So we're hitting this trend line as well too. So that's very, very good. That's very good. So confluence of different types of support there. Let's look at the 1 day here. So October wick was right here. We're underneath that. So that's means we filled the October wick. That does not, yeah, it feels so not long ago, but it was. And as of right now, we have extreme bullish divergence kind of basically looks like it's starting to kind of print here. So not extreme, but pretty strong bullish divergence here. If we start getting some volume, we actually probably could look for a move up on Theta pretty soon here and maybe start making some recovery, at least to the 32 cents or somewhere in there. Long-term wise, I mean, I got to sit there and make sure like the bear market's completely over. But if the bear market is over, because I'm sure if somebody's asking about that right now, they're probably more of a long-term holder, I'm supposing. So let's go ahead and look at this.
Yes, the Theta people are generally diehard diamond handers.
So we have this channel right here that we're basically building. Oh, geez, that's like a beautiful pattern here that you can trade with in and out. Actually, there's a lot of confluence with that right there. So a good chance we get all the way up to here. So we could see a nice, decent, potentially like, why is it not moving for me? I think I'm too sick.
Yeah, I think we're both holding on by a thread here.
406% gains. So from there, that's 406% gains up to 94 cents to that trend line or so far in confluence with this bearish order block. Now, if I put fibs on it from here to here, now let me make sure I am in log scale. Let's make sure my settings are right on my Fibonacci as well too. Let's go in. All right, based on log scale. All right, so let's say bear market bottom is in, Bitcoin's flip into bull market, and theta goes into a bull market as well too, and we actually get price discovery this bull market at some point here, we could be looking, since the lows are all the way down to here, and we have to break this trend line here. That would also then would break to 0.5 fib. That'll be your next support level or resistance with the break, and we'd be off to the races. And we go to price discovery. We could be looking, our fib level that we'd be looking at could be $183.
What? Like this is the kind of crazy math, guys, that if things come to life again, if theta is going to stand a test of time, which I believe it has great possibilities to do so, then these are the kind of numbers you get. Especially, we haven't had a glorified altcoin season the past 2 seasons, basically the past 2 cycles. So what if we get that powerful cycle this next cycle and the good coins start to shine and start to run? I mean, these are just based on the mathematical numbers, right? And this is the crazy part about it, that we could get a sort of run like this. So Pineable, I hope you're excited about that. And all of you who are watching this that are long-term holders that want to get these kind of charts, we are going to put out our bear market bottom accumulation token list very, very soon with a dollar cost average calculator, probably indicator, which is a secret right now, but we're working on stuff. So if you want that,
like here, screenshot it right now, kind of like what we're kind of building right now. So it makes it easier for everybody on this. They can sit there and put your dollar cost average with it. So yeah, it's in the process. It's almost finished.
yes, and that is what we're super excited for. So even if you're a long-term trader, if you want access to that list, you have to be in the group. So just get in the group. You're going to learn so much. Even if you're just going to dip your toes or you just want to know what could happen in the future, we've got it all covered. You must get in the group. It's on Telegram. It's a fantastic community, and we'd love to have you, Pineable and Watchman. Yeah, you got that. You heard that right. So on that note, guys, I think that's a powerful note to leave this on Friday, and also a powerful message of hope to all the diamond handlers that, good coins can come back. We can see a run if all things line up. And, like, you've got to be responsible with your investments and hedge your risk, which we also teach to do. But, there are some very bright lights at the end of the tunnel for a lot of coins here, potentially. So we'll be keeping you posted on that.
Yeah, the one thing to always keep in your mind as well too. Well, what happens if it drops lower? And this is where people, like, if you're an investor and you're planning to hold something for long term, and you're going to use, like, say, Fibonacci levels for take profits. So what happens if it bottoms not here and it goes down to this level back to lows over here? Would that be a bad thing for an investor? Well, let's measure it. Let me pull down my fibs, and I'll show you something. I pull down my fibs down to that level and say it does go all the way down to there. Where does that put that fib level that we just measured? And what was it, like $168 before? That puts that
180, yeah.
180. So that the further it goes down, the more that fib level actually goes up, and that puts that same level at $400. So
$400 theta. Can you guys imagine that? It's like a rubber band. The more you stretch it, the farther it flies, right?
yeah, so that's just some of the Fibonacci levels. Like, if you sit there and just play with it, like, wait a second, you mean, so, like, you want, like, if you're doing it for an investment purpose, like, the further you can get it down, if you believe in the product and you believe in what you're buying is going to do good long term, like, you want that to go down, because that's going to stretch that. It's going to give you better percentage gains at some point once you get once the entry's in. If you're good at managing risk and nailing your entry, and let's say it does do something like that right there, then boom, there you go.
Oh my God, that's so powerful. And why don't a lot of people get those gains? Because when we hit these levels that everybody wishes the coin would drop down to, nobody wants to buy it because everybody's fearful. And that's just human emotion. And that's, it's understandable, right? But, like, if you do believe in a product and you do want to have a certain investment aside just to do this, and an amount you're willing to lose, and you understand the risks involved, I mean, this is the math, right? If it does make it and it is successful, which I believe theta is very, very, very high potential to do so. Like, there's so much going on. It is an AI play. I've held for quite a few years. I love the community. Then this is what it is, and it's really powerful indeed. And it should be an eye opener. So we do teach you how to trade in the group, but this is also a tool for you to use as how to get better entries, how to hedge that risk if it does go lower, how to, like, hedge that risk so you can buy in lower instead. So many new skills that maybe you hadn't had before.
Yeah, I mean, trading, basically you take your trading skills and you just put on a higher time frame for your investments.
Right. Watchman's asking, what would the market cap be? The market cap is really kind of a hard thing in crypto because all of the market caps are not really real. Because if you go there and, they're real to an extent, but if you see the market cap, you could never sell the amount that actually the market cap is. There has to be liquidity, right? So market cap to me is kind of a trap. It's just like really a gauge to see how much interest there is in a product. But yeah, it'd be up there for sure. It'd be up there. But all of the tokens are out, if I'm not mistaken. All the supply is out. So there's no supply left to be mined or inflated onto the market. And a lot of theta is staked. So that could also create a scarcity, like a supply shock, right? If it
Do they have a burn mechanism or anything?
Not that I know of right now. But a
So
lot of
what you said right there was key to me right now. So things could change. They can start burning tokens, right, at some point if they wanted to.
Right, exactly. And
So-
there's so much that they are planning on doing. I had a very good call with the Theta team, by the way, guys, about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks now, and some interesting things in the works. So I am going to do a Theta video very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, Pineapple, if Theta did do that run, I mean, T-Fuel, it's kind of like XRP and XLM, right? They run together. They're in the same ecosystem. T-Fuel is the gas to Theta, right? So potentially it could outperform, right? So that's just what we're looking at here. And this is just to get an idea. Now, it's not to say, okay, I'm going to go out there and bet the farm and just go crazy on it. But this is just like giving you an idea of what could happen after such a long consolidation period to good tokens.
Yep. So yeah, just you got to be patient. If you believe what you're investing in, then you just got to play it out. And just so you know, the further it goes down, the higher it goes up. If the project is successful. I mean, I'm personally a trader. I don't sit there. I can know investment advice, but I'm just showing you how the tools work and what they do whenever you move it. And I mean, if I was investing in something, I would sit there and say, let me get a buy down here so I can get it up so I can sell it so I can sell it way up here. Like that would be like my thought process.
That's kind of like when Solana went to $10 and everybody's like, this token is dead. And then it ran, 200 and the rest is history. So like those opportunities don't come around often. And if they are quality tokens and they do rebound, man, you're set to make some incredible gains. So Watchman says I think it reached 700 million market cap before. Yeah, that's very possible when it hit $15. I'd have to go back and look at that. There was a time where it was just raging. So yeah. So yeah, like Solana, it hit $10. Yeah, right there.
Yep. Let's see what the it didn't. And Solana didn't even go in price discovery this year.
Right.
So, and that's the thing. So I think Solana. So that's where I think she was talking about with the market cap, where it doesn't matter so much to where like this Solana market cap was actually lower at this price level, and the market cap was actually higher at this price level. We didn't make a higher price on it because Solana is still putting supply onto the market. So supply and demand. So supply was still increasing on Solana whenever it was up in here. So even with a higher market cap, the prices went lower on it to where she was telling right now that Theta, there is no more supply to be put on the market. So whatever the market cap is going, if the market cap goes up, the price level should follow as well too, because the supply is not going to increase. And the only thing that can happen, in my opinion, we don't know if will happen or not. This is just sitting there pondering, like if they wanted to create some kind of burn system and burn some tokens for whatever reason that comes up, or I'm not sure if they have community votes and community votes to burn some tokens, then boom, there's less supply.
Yeah. Yeah, and Theta is the governance token of the ecosystem. So that is very possible at some point, right? Like, so yeah, there's a lot of possibilities out there. We're out there, guys, like altcoin gem hunters. We're going to find the absolute best fundamentals, pair that with the tokenomics and the charts just like this. And we're going to come up with an entire list of altcoins on our accumulation list that have quality TA, quality fundamentals, and map out the fib levels just like this for you guys to dollar cost average into. And then to get an idea, take profit levels, and you can use our calculator scale in machine indicator to help you, right? Calculator to help you understand how to do that. It is so powerful. And, this is like absolutely everybody. For traders, investors, it's going to be great.
Yep, basically, yeah, we'll be doing all this right here, be included on it. So be very simple for you, and it'll just be easier. I mean, things that whenever I first started trading, things that I wish I had or wish I understood when I first got in the game, or later on, like why didn't somebody make, like basically I'm making things now that like why doesn't anybody make this instead of me waiting for somebody to make it? We're making it now. Yeah,
we're being the change that we want to see, guys. So if you like that, you want to be a part of the hive, a hivers, right? The real ones. You got to get in. You got to get in now and be a part of that action and that momentum and, this life-changing opportunity that we have before us. So on that note, is the perfect note to send you off into the weekend. Have a wonderful Friday, and a big cheers to everybody who joined the show today. And we will be posting that gem pick banger now in the group. Potential 200% gains in the next 24 hours. If everything lines up, you don't want to miss it. So we will see you guys there. Have a great weekend. And for YouTube, we'll see you on Monday. And for the Hivers, we'll have a party over the weekend. So let's do this. Let's celebrate. Have a great weekend, everybody. And we'll see you on Monday.
See you Monday.